As actors, a lot of the time we are searching for the unlock, the one key that will make us better, not only actors, but also artists. And this weekend, I had the opportunity to find that unlock, and I would like to share it with you. Let's start with cinematography for actors. It is an Instagram page where there are two lovely ladies who head the organization to help bring better acting and cinematography to the masses. They're based out in Beverly Hills, in Los Angeles areas. It's an incredible organization. They have incredible programs. And each quarter, they host a film challenge. This quarter, I participated. This is my second time ever doing this challenge. And I wrote, directed, and starred in a piece called Chicken and Rice. This piece is an ode to the last 6 months I've been working as a bodybuilder, and I've seen the struggles that a lot of young men in the gym community fall trap and victim to. But how does this actually help me with my acting career? It helps in three ways that are very specific that I want to share with you. And way number one is you need to be making your own stuff and being in your own stuff, because that is truly the way that you learn the perspective, not only as an actor, but also that you learn how to analyze, read, and work through a script. What do I mean by this? I wrote Chicken and Rice. I wrote it myself. And as I was writing the words, I was very proud of each and every word, of the concept of the short film that I put together. It was a piece that I'm very proud of that will live in my portfolio. But something very interesting happened. After I was finished writing it and done with that portion and went on to the portion where I was acting it, it was difficult for me to do. You see, as a writer, I was very, very honed and keyed into the words that I wrote because it created the emotional connection. But as an actor, they're just words. They didn't actually have an emotional connection or have a meaning for me. When I was past the writing stage, I was onto a new stage. And I had to figure out how to give those words meaning to actually live in them and work through them. This is the power of not only writing, but acting in something. When you have these two stages, it really teaches you how to hone your own craft and your approach to making words have meaning, because you're able to see that the words do not matter. They mattered so much to me when I was writing the piece, but the second it came time for me to act it, I had to create new circumstances. I had to better define things that I did not have to define when I was writing. I had to create life that went beyond just those words to create actual feeling and meaning and metaphor and emotion for me to be able to bring that to the screen. And that is the power of writing and acting in your own stuff, beyond what I usually just say of write and greenlight yourself to get practice. But you actually start to see how you can hone your techniques of analyzing scripts. That's number one. Number two, the second thing that it taught me is that you need to be working collaboratively. You see, when I was doing this project, I had my own idea of how I was going to be approaching things until I brought on my wife to be a producer and my sister to actually help me as the first AC. And they caught things that I would not have known. They saw it in a light from outside of the perspective of just me as an actor and director being really close to it. They brought things to my attention that I would not have known. They shifted my acting performances to make it stronger. And I had to work with their feedback and change my performances in real time as to keep the project actually moving. These are things that you don't get unless you work collaboratively. It's a saying by Stefan Nakamanovich of Free Play, he's the author of Free Play. It's an incredible book. You can never create something by yourself that you would have created with even one other individual. And I know that seems silly. This project was still my own. I still wrote it, still acted in it, still directed it, but because my wife was there, it changed the end project to something that is stronger that I would not have thought about on my own. Even though it's still my project, it is now enhanced because of the collaborative effort. So you need to be working with other people. Number 3, the third and arguably the most important piece of this whole puzzle. You need to have confidence and vote for yourself. What do I mean by that? I had to act in front of my little sister and in front of my wife, and to some extent in front of my mother in some of the scenes, depending on where we were filming at the time. And that's nerve-wracking. We get in our own head thinking that they're going to judge us for our performances. They're going to think that it's cringe or weird that we're doing this thing. But they both couldn't have been more proud of me, number one. And number two, aside from all that, it's your job to get it done. You love doing this thing. You can't let the presence of someone else change and impact your performance, because at the end of the day, you need to be proud of what you're doing. There have been so many times as a photographer when I went out and I was nervous because I didn't want to get in someone's way in order to get a shot, or I didn't want to ask somebody to do something. And I came home at the end of the day and I was disappointed with the photos that I got as a result. You, as an artist, are responsible for giving your all into a performance. Because at the end of the day, what matters beyond the acceptance of other people is the acceptance of yourself in your work. And this project is something that's going to live in my portfolio for a very long time because I am proud of it. And I want to say that I'm going to be releasing snippets on this channel to anybody who's interested in seeing this project. It's not going to come out for a while because it's in post-production right now, but it's been an incredible experience. It's something that I highly recommend you guys take on in order to enhance your own artistry and your craft of acting. So thank you so much. If you want to further enhance your craft of acting, you can join the Patreon page. It's free, down in the description. We go over scene breakdown and scene study, script analysis, the whole like. And like I always say, get outside. Drink water, read a book. Read a book of poetry, for God's sake. It'll change your life. And I'll catch you in the next video.